And Trevor, privileged user accounts seem to be the topic du jour of many IT security articles of late. From your perspective, to what extent are privileged users a threat to IT security today?
Well, they're an extreme threat to the organization. They're in a lot of these big security breaches that have come out, Target, Home Depot, things like that. They're identified that a privileged account was compromised in some manner, and that the hacker was able to be inside the network, inside of these critical systems, and taking data unnoticed for a period of time, not usually just hours or days, but months. And because of that, it's a very, very hot topic right now, something that needs to be addressed. It's something that can be addressed. There's great technology out there that we'll talk about here today, but that can help address it and make this a simple solution to solve, or problem to solve. But it's something that is absolutely critical for today's attack. The other way to describe it is, a trusted insider. Privileged accounts are something we identify as their credentials and how they get into a system, but they're also trusted insiders. And they might not just have access to systems, but also critical data. And what kind of data do they have access to?
Okay, so if I were a hacker looking to break in and access an organization's private data, it sounds like I'd want to get my hands on privileged user credentials. But let me ask you, are privileged user accounts really more of a target for hackers than non-privileged accounts?
I would say that the risk is probably the same, but the reward is far greater. So if you look at look at a bank robbery in a movie. Never been involved in bank robbery, so I don't know how it really goes down, but in a movie, the bank robber goes right to the bank manager. The person who knows the combo to the safe to get the money out. And a privileged account is a person who has the combo and who has access to the critical information. So that's why these hackers use very targeted attacks. They'll go through social media, they'll use information from that to then do what's called phishing attacks and really target the individual because they know they have access. They see it as a system administrator on LinkedIn. They'll start attacking them as one of their friends, get access to some of their information, and then they'll be able to start determining what the combinations possibly could be for the privileged account, for their authentication, passwords, and logins, and get access to this information. Once they have that, they have the keys to the kingdom. Then they can get into the system undetected, look as if they're that normal user, and start stealing data. You think about, even if they grab access to Active Directory, for example, which is very common, architecture within organizations, they get access to Active Directory, they can start creating their own accounts. Now those own accounts can go undetected, and they can start doing activities that would be relevant to that type of user. So it's a very scary proposition, and it's one that targeted attacks have really done a good job of going after and trying to exploit.